All right, Chris Van Sickle here with Zion Washington. How you doing today, Zion?
Doing great. How you doing?
I am doing well. So, just to jump right into things, you have already surpassed last season's production on the field. You're leading the team in tackles, in fact. What do you think you did in the offseason and so far in season to lead to that success?
I would just say, physically getting, my body right, and then mentally being in the, playbook as much as I could, try to learn the ins and outs of things, and then ultimately film so I could play a lot faster than I did last year.
Where do you think you've grown the most from a incoming freshman from Frisco, Texas, to where you are now in a much more of a leadership role? Where have you grown the most?
I would say the most just coming down to my knowledge of the game. Coming in from high school, it's, real simple. You have a light game plan going in or whatnot, or, you're the best on the field. And in college, you kind of get humbled a little bit, knowing the playbook or knowing what the offense is going to give you. So the more knowledge that I gained throughout the years, learning from the older guys and learning how to actually watch film, take coaching points, that's helped me the most.
Now, you mentioned getting humbled. Do you have a moment where you're like, yeah, I got humbled in this moment? Like, do you remember?
Probably it was, I think, my redshirt freshman year going into the Air Force game. It was literally one play. I was on the sideline, but Ty Jones, who was ahead of me, his helmet came off, so they needed me to go out there. And I needed to make a play, and I did not make the play in that time. So, I always look back and remember that one. Like, was I prepared? Probably not. Was I expecting to go in? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? So, learning from that, being able to know always got to be ready for anything.
A learning experience, right?
Yep, indeed.
So now you are one of those veterans. How have you seen your leadership role grow and change this season?
It's grown a lot because I'm able to actually talk to the younger guys and give them points that I needed when I was younger, which is huge. I don't want them to go through the same struggles that I had to go through or whatnot, and just being able to bring people together, whether that's just in the community or just talking, chopping it up, making jokes, anything like that. I like to star in that.
Your group, the safety group, is probably used more than any other group on defense. Sometimes you have 3 or 4 of your group in on the field. How has and what has Coach Stockton done to make sure that you are all prepared?
It comes down to just giving us confidence. Honestly, he's great with giving us confidence. That's one thing I would take from him, and that starts in practice. He's on us. He has great energy, encourages us to have great energy, which carries over to the game, which is it's needed. And then just having 3 or 4 guys, like you said, we're in the room, we trust each other. We're watching film together all the time, and it carries over.
Fans and the media have pointed to 300 passing yards given up to Utah State last week as maybe a concern. Where do you think you guys can grow and improve going into a Hawaii team that passes the ball quite a bit?
It just comes down to urgency and effort. Eyes is something that we preach here. Being able to lock in onto your keys for an entire game. It's not an easy task. The DB is not an easy task. So being able to just keep improving and fixing small things that will ultimately lead to the big things, and we're confident that we'll get these things fixed.
What advice would you give to say a freshman or sophomore in high school that wants to be a college defensive back?
I would say trust the process, because there's lots of ups and downs that you're going to go through, whether that's not getting as much playing time as you need or not thinking that you're good enough because the opponents that you're going against. But it just comes down to your technique and trusting yourself. And once you gain that trust for yourself, the sky's the limit.
You guys leave for Hawaii tomorrow. How much are you? Have you been to Hawaii? I'll ask that first.
I've never been.
Never been to Hawaii. How much are you looking forward to at least getting there? I'm not sure how much you enjoy the process of getting there, but how much are you looking forward to that?
when we land, I'll be happy. Sitting in the air for that long, it's not stressful, but if I get some sleep, I'll be good. But I don't like to sit up for plane rides for that long.
6 hours? Is that what I hear?
6 hours. Yeah,
That's
you reminded me. 6 hours. Yeah.
What's your plan to pass the time? I hope you're going in with the plan.
I have a plan. Okay, so first I'm gonna start off by trying to sleep for as long as I can. So as soon as I get in there, put my neck pillow on, sit back, try to close my eyes for a little bit, and then I'll probably download something on Netflix. I don't know what I'm gonna watch yet, but I'm gonna get something. So that'll take a couple more hours. Then I plan on taking, get a little snack, maybe drinking some fluids, and then there's probably 2 hours left in that. That one I'm just gonna have to thug it out, just figure it out. A couple hours left, I'll figure it out.
What's your go-to genre on Netflix? What do you think you're gonna go with? Any ideas yet?
Probably action, just because it'll keep me. Anything that's going to keep me focused in it, because a lot of the movies that are too slow, I won't pay attention to.
No documentaries or nothing?
Actually, documentaries I do like.
What kind of documentaries?
Like mystery type, murder, things like that. It sounds, kind of. But I like the things that are kind of, scary. That's what I like to look at.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Coach D has said that you guys are going to get at least an hour or so to kind of maybe go explore Hawaii a little bit. What do you think you're going to do?
Probably try some new food. That's something that I like to do when I go to new places. The beach, I've been to the beaches before. I haven't been to this one, but the sand and everything, it's just to me. So, I might go look at the water a little bit, but I would say go get something to eat.
So following, you're going to travel there, you can get back safely, I have no doubt. You go straight into a second bye week. That's pretty rare from what I've seen. Are you excited to have a second bye week, or do you just want to stay in rhythm?
Excited, I wouldn't say is the word, because, obviously every week you want to play a game. You're itching for a game. But it's good to, rest your body and, learn from the first half of the season of what you've done, what you can improve on for the second half, looking at the film for the second half of the season. So it's a good break.
As much as you can, give us a behind-the-scenes view of what does a bye week look for you guys? Do you just want to keep the same routine, or do you have a little extra time off? How does that look?
There's a little extra time off. We still have a couple practice days where it's a grind. We do get to have time off with our families if you want to go back home or whatnot for the weekend. But a lot of the guys are still obviously locked into our next opponent or whatnot, but we do get a little bit of a break.
Are you planning on going home?
I'll probably stay here. It's a long flight. I'll probably stay here.
That's enough flying for you. Yeah. Very good. All right, we'll get off the hard-hitting questions, if you want to call them that. Go to some more fun stuff. How was that transition from a Frisco, Texas kid to Boise, Idaho? Was there any shell shock?
At first, getting used to the snow was obviously different, because I've only experienced snow probably 3 times my entire life. So once I got used to that, and the cold it's not as cold as people would think it is. Like when I tell my people from Texas that I'm going to Idaho, they just think straight, cold. But it's not windy, so it's just, once you get used to the cold, it just stays at that,
Kind of a dry cold?
Yeah, kind of a dry cold. It's not, because in Texas when it's cold because it's the wind blowing, and, you get all of that. So I would say getting used to the weather was probably the first thing I had to get used to. And then just adjusting to, I have to get some new food spots out here. I don't have my canes that I enjoy getting back at home.
Canes. That goes right in my next question. What are your go-to food spots here in Boise?
Here now is Guthrie's. They opened up a Guthrie's, which is similar to Cane's. Okay. So that's what we like to get sometimes. And then I like some spots downtown. Obviously, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Wild Wings. That's the wing stop in Texas is what I used to go to, but now my wing spot out here is Buffalo. I don't know why. I don't know. They just
different.
They make it a little bit different out here, yeah. So I would say, a little wing spot. And then there's actually a whole lot of food out here, so I can't even think of 2 quick spots.
Have you grown to enjoy potatoes more since you've been here?
When that question gets asked,
I can't believe it's been asked already, honestly.
Yeah, people ask me that because that's what they think of when they think of, Idaho. But I haven't really changed how much. I mean, actually, I take that back because we do get a lot of potatoes a lot now. I'm thinking about it, but it doesn't taste any different or anything. So I haven't grown any, you know.
Potato's a potato, right?
Yeah, I haven't had any more attraction to it. So.
All right, so you're gonna have a little extra time off this upcoming bye week. What are you gonna do here in Boise? What kind of activities you like?
Honestly, just get to relax. You know, sit back, hang out with the teammates. Still, you know, going out to eat is something that I do like to do. So I'll probably every day go out and get something, try something new.
Video games?
I get on the game a little bit. My roommates are more heavy on games, but I'll get on NCAA now because I'm in the game. But
that's a big difference, and that's something I like to ask. So on NCAA, what's your highest rated attribute at this time? Do you know?
I didn't really look at the stats too much, but it might have been my speed or I can't really remember.
Where do you think they went a little light? Where should you be ranked higher, do you think?
I think they put my strength kind of low. I'm pretty strong. I would like to say I'm pretty strong.
Yeah, you're a big guy.
Yeah,
that's no good.
They'll probably increase it after they, watch this season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Final question. You can get any meal anywhere. It's on me. What are you getting and why?
Any meal. Definitely a steakhouse. We could probably go to Ruth's Chris out here.
Out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a little tomahawk steak, cowboy steak, and then get some loaded baked potato on the side. Maybe some lobster mac and cheese on the side as well.
Man, you know what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some NIL deals for Zion. Zion, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.